Hello, welcome to another cube draft. No clue what to pick here actually. I think Hero's Downfall is pretty good, and Solemn is obviously pretty good. The fact that this destroys planeswalkers in a format as cube makes it pretty good, but I'm not a big fan of black. I think I want to go for the Solemn, maybe the Cradle. Although I played green the last two drafts and I don't want to do it again. I'm just gonna go with the all-round pick of Solemn and see what gets passed to me, and then base my decision on that. Solemn is a card that can be played in almost any deck. In a control deck, it's really good. In an aggro deck, it's obviously a bit worse, but it's still fine because of the fact that it thins your deck, draws a card. A great invitational card, by the way. Really nice design. There's a lot of great invitational cards, like Shadow Mage Infiltrator was really good. This is really good. Snapcaster Mage. Void Mage Prodigy is probably the worst. Dark Confidant is there as well. It's funny that there's a story behind Dark Confidant. I'll explain it in a second while I think about this pick here. Obviously don't want to go red because of the Solemn. I think I want something like Figure of Destiny. It still keeps colors open, like it's white or it's red or it's both, but seems unlikely. It's just a good card in general. It can be played in aggro, it can be played in control, while the other cards are a bit more committing, except the disc maybe, but I think disc is a bit too slow, so I'm gonna go for the figure. Yeah, the thing with Dark Confidant is that the guy, I can't remember, Bob Maher, right? He postponed the design of his card, like what he wanted it to be, so long that it wasn't in Kamigawa, so that it wasn't in the set that only had legendary rares, because then his card would be legendary, and he didn't want that. He wanted his card to be normal because that just makes it way better. We get a Geist, which is really good for me because I can actually play that. I think I will. I think it's a bit better than the other cards, although there is Sour. Maybe Sour is better. But then that would put me in the same colors anyway. Maybe one of these is better, like just a Mirror Crusader. Because it does the same more than the Paladin, of course. Because the Paladin is a really good card as well. But there's so much white here already. But I obviously can't ignore this pick here. Let's go white. You can still go another second color with it. Like if you commit the Geist, you already committed the two colors and don't want that to happen. It's really cool that the guy from Dark Confidant, Bob Maher, actually did that. And was aware of it even. Like, I don't think I even would notice or think about that and just give my design. But great card after all. We get a Stoneforge Mystic. There's also Cot, so that would put us in red, but we haven't seen a lot of red. So I'm not sure if someone to my right is actually playing it. I'm gonna go for the Stoneforge Mystic. I think it's early enough in the cube that I might be able to pick up an equipment. And if I do, then Stoneforge Mystic is obviously really good. If I don't, doesn't matter. We obviously missed out on a cut, I guess. Or on an Archangel, but I think obviously cut would have been better. But this way we still don't commit to a second color, we're still mono white. Stoneforge Mystic is a powerful enough card to have. If we get Skull Clamp, Jit, Battle Skull, any kind of sword, we're happy that we picked this up. And now the thing is, if you do that and you if you don't pick Stoneforge and get an equipment, you're still happy. Like gonna pick up the wall here over the Purge. You're still gonna be happy because you get a good equipment. But if you pick Stoneforge and then don't get an equipment, it's a wasted pick. But I think it's powerful enough with a card like Battle Skull or a sword to be able to tutor it up in the form of a creature that can wear the equipment. It's just worth it. Like, there's a reason why this card is banned in Modern. Why it even got banned in Standard with only 3 months to go. Why it went up to what, 17 euros or something? No, 10 euros, right? Because it was printed in another kind of deck. Another kind of... what am I thinking of? One of those pre-constructed decks. This is interesting. I think Blood Baron is the better pick here. I don't see myself playing any of theirs. Maybe Soldier of Pantheon. But it's just a 2-1 for 1. The protection from multicolored almost never comes in here anyway. The Bloodburn is just a powerful card. Our first pack had a black card that we passed, right? That we were like, oh yeah, Hero's Downfall. So we might get cut from black anyway, but I think it's worth picking it up here. If you can't play it, we won't play it. But I don't want to pass this one up. Has lifelink, protection from 2 colors. Get Exalted Angel. That's like 4 drafts in a row that we get Exalted Angel. Do people not value this card somehow? Do I overvalue it? It's such a good card. Like, it was played in Standard. It was even played in Vintage. It shows how good this card can be. Like a 4/5 flying lifelink for 6 mana on its own is probably worth it. It's not lifelink. The problem is that it's a trigger, but okay. And this format has so much. Wow, we get an Oblivion Ring. White is definitely open. Not sure about the Johnny Goldman, but I don't think I can pass up the one of the best removals here. Like, the fact that it has Morph makes it just better. Though it is 7 mana investments, but it's over 2 turns. So yeah, I like myself Exalted Angel. And you have seen me play with it often enough, I think. And this format, as I was trying to say, this format is heavy on the aggro mid-range. So Exalted Angel is really good against that, because against aggro you can just run it out there and get it as fast as possible. There's Una's Prowler, which I don't deem necessary. I think Dismantling Blow is better, just have another answer against artifacts or enchantments. If I can splash blue for it, will I? Probably not. We get an Oust or a Rout or a Retreat. I'll go for the Oust, probably will play it even. We get a Flicker Wisp. Has value with Exalted Angel. Has value with Oblivion Ring. Basilica is obviously something I'll pick up, seeing that I have a Blood Baron here. Raging Ravines would be nice, but Mystic Snake, I guess, that's a more annoying card. Soldier of Pantheon Wield, huh? We know people don't like this card, and I understand it. Like, I'm not even sure they'll play it. 2/1, sure, it has protection from multicolored, but in this format, really? It's obviously better than a standard Savannah line, but I don't think it's that good. So we're as good as mono white with just a Blood Baron at this point. But we can afford to splash that even, because we have Solemn and the Orzo at this point. Come on, equipment. I think that's what I'll be looking for. A really good equipment here. Maybe 2, just to be greedy. The problem with equipment is that you won't get past it, as in ever. Seems so unlikely that people would pass you an equipment. We're looking for more 2-drops, maybe some good 3-drops. This pack is horrendous for me. There's not even a single card I want here except maybe Reanimate. Yeah. This pack is uber trash. Like, Banal Living is good against me. There's Seal of Cleansing. They already have the Dismantling Blow and Oblivion Ring. I think Reanimate is a bit better. Just to be able to bring back a creature, doesn't even matter which. So we'll pick that one up. This pack, on the other hand, is way better. We have the Skull Clamp. We have Sun Titan, Blade Splicer. I think there's enough white here that I can pass it and get a white back. probably Pristine Angel or Blade Splicer like Yosei and Sun Titan is gone. But I can't pass up a Skull Clamp here. The card is really good, and we have the Stoneforge Mystic to get it. So yeah, because I had the Stoneforge, I'm gonna pick up the Skull Clamp. There's no denying how good this card is. And the original design of this card was +1/+1, and they thought it was too strong, so they gave it +1/-1, but that actually enabled the entire engine of the card and made it even better. Although I think giving it +1/+1 is still pretty good. +1/+1 would have still been really good. Maybe they should have made it to 2 mana cost to a Kip, because then it would have been a bit worse. Now it's just 1 mana draw 2 cards too often. And drawing cards, of course, in this game, as you all should know, is one of the best things you can do. Here we have what? Nizumi Shortfang. There's not any really powerful card that I would want to change the color for. So I think Shortfang and staying black is fine. It's a 2-drop, it dies to Skull Clamp, it's good against control. So we'll pick that one up, and we can even make our oh no. Well, if our opponent discards a creature card, we can then reanimate it. So there's some kind of working together with it. Obviously want a Grave Robber as well, because that's a nice card. What else would I actually want? Ultimate Prize? Yeah, sure. Hand of Cruelty probably won't wheel. Lingering Souls? Maybe I just want Lingering Souls. Like with Skull Clamp. Making tokens. I think it's better than Ultimate Prize here. It fits my colors. Almost missed that. That's why I right click, I guess. Because I see some cards, I right click it, then go over the rest of the cards, and then so it maybe one of these two will wheel, probably the hand. Probably won't play though, because I'm base white and with a splash to black. So if I play double black as a 2-drop, it's gonna be a 4-drop, maybe a 5-drop, and a 2/2 first strike. No, 2/2 exalted, or 2/1, right? It's a 2/1. 2/1 exalted protection from white for as a 5-drop doesn't seem that valuable. That's a problem with most black cards. They cost double black. I mentioned this in previous videos, but that's the issue I have with drafting black. Is that the casting cost of those cards is not on par with other colors. Like Silverblade Paladin in black would probably cost triple black. Cassid by Gerald's Messenger, they didn't want to have people. The idea behind it from Wizards of the Coast seems to be that they want black to be an isolated color. Just mono black, mono black, mono black. You see that in a lot of their cards in black, especially the older designs. Like the effects are powerful, but you need to commit to black heavy. Hymn to Turok, double black. Most creatures double or triple black. Just look at this card. But here we have Mentor of the Meek. It's a decent card. I think we have a lot of value. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards, 8, 9 cards already that work with it. So yeah, Mentor of the Week it is. I want to cut down 3-drops at this point, not get too many anymore. Maybe another late game creature, Sun Titan, and so on. Whipcore is definitely a nice card, as is Bloodgift Demon. The problem is that it's double black again. Is Whipcore better than Bloodgift Demon? I don't think it is. Drawing extra cards. And Whipcore might even wheel. Seems unlikely, but it might. Night's Whispers, drawing 2, sure. I think it's better than Sarcomancy. Don't have any other zombies, right? This is not a zombie. Overwhelm Tracker is a really good card. Red seems to be fine in that pack. Not open, like it's one of the... wow, we get an 8.5 tails, sure. That card has beaten me 3 drafts ago. Well, like Yeah, is it 3 ago? Nah, I think it's when I uploaded 3 ago. So Seal of Cleansing Wheels, I'm slamming that one. Not gonna play it main deck, but it's a nice card to have together with this Mantling Blow. I still want to open another equipment than Skull Clamp, but I think having a Skull Clamp alone with the Stoneforge Mystic should be sufficient against most decks. And indeed, it was a Pristine Angel at wheels. So Sun Titan is out there, Blade Splicer is out there, and Yosa is out there. So white is heavily drafted apparently, despite, you know, me having an insane amount of white cards. A Lingering Soul Skull Clamp reads pay 9, draw 8. It's a bit expensive. We'll pick up the Cackler here, probably won't play it. It's a 2-2 for 1 that can block, then Sarcomancy is way better of course. So here we do get the Hand of Cruelty, but I think it's better than these cards of course for me, so yeah. But double black, well, I'm not really committed to black. Seems bad. The worst card to play against is Firebolt, so let's hate that. Explorer, sure, is fine if they do that. Don't think I want to stop that over Firebolt, because Firebolt can just remove way too many creatures of mine. I want some other removal than Oblivion Ring. Oh, I have the Oust, but that's not really removal. 8.5 deals is nice. Gives protection. Protection! So yeah, if you can't Exalted Angel as a 3-drop, we still don't have a really big late game. And we're missing 3 cards and an entire pack to go, so we have plenty of cards. We should be able to pick up 3 cards in the entire pack, shouldn't we? Fallout. Okay. So it seems that 2 or 3 people to my left are not red, like the best Firebolt and Fallout. Else they would have picked that over the other card, of course. Interesting. So we have Iona, but it's a bit too expensive. We have Fate's Feathers as removal. Chroma's Vengeance, but also Mirror Battlesphere. Still think the Fate's Feathers is better, because it's a really good card, also stops Planeswalkers. So we're gonna pick that one up. Wouldn't mind seeing Shainer's Edict back, Mirror Battlesphere, or Iona, but I don't think any of those will come. For the rest, this pack is dead to me. So I don't think that will give me another pick that I want. But Fate's Feathers, having a removal similar to Oblivion Ring, except it gains you 4 life. And they can also still activate mana abilities, so it doesn't stop that. Which I find weird. I think that's the old ideology behind Wizards of the Coast. They don't want people. It's still the new one as well, but you have Linvala that stops mana creatures, but they don't want land destruction anymore, or for it to be cheap or anything. They want people to pay for it if they want to play it. Not really an interesting pack. We have Persecute, but I think that's a bit too slow with what I'm trying to do. You have Flagstones. Worm Power Stone doesn't seem good in my deck. Worm Power Stone and Trend Dynamo in the same pack. Huh? Attrition. It's good with Lingering Souls, and it works with Skull Clamp. It's probably better than the Flagstones. Flagstones might even wheel. Might not play, or probably won't play the Attrition main deck, because it's heavy on the black, but if I have to play a really creature heavy deck like Big Green or something, I'm gonna play Attrition. Because we can trade stupid cards like Soldier of the Pantheon, or even Figure of Destiny Cape and then do something with it. So double Planeswalker in this pack. And I can't actually use any of these other cards. So I'm just gonna hate Kiora. Like, Yoggoth's Will doesn't do anything for me. None of these cards do anything for me, so just hate the Kiora. Because it's a good card, it really is. I think in standards it's considered to be one of the most strong cards, or the stronger cards. And for good reason, of course. Because it is a really strong card. It protects itself by plussing, minus accelerates you, and even draws a card. The draw card makes it good. But protecting itself, and not just protecting itself, basically saying that creature cannot do anything, cannot do any damage. We have Necromancy, but we also have Stonecloaker. Don't like this Gideon, don't like this Terminus. Not a huge fan of the Stonecloaker, but I guess I'll pick it up here. It can protect some cards from removal. It's Graveyard Hate. So yeah, Stonecloaker it is. White and black, so it has protection from its own colors. In draft, that's pretty good if it has protection from its own colors, because the fact that you can pick it up means someone else is probably not in those colors. No, that makes it bad. That makes it bad. Yeah, so it's bad because other people will be less likely to be in your colors, so your protection will be less likely to be relevant compared to... Okay, let's think about this first. We have Mutavault versus Savannah Lions. I think Mutavault has more likelihood to be played than the Savannah Lions. Although... I'm heavy on double. Am I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? It's actually surprising how low I am on double casting cost. But I'm missing playables, so I'm gonna go with the 7 Lions. Like, I'm missing non-land playables. And don't want to main deck something like Seal of Cleansing. Could have picked the other Waste, by the way. In the opening pack I said it's dead to me. It isn't. The other Waste is in there. Here, Windbreast Kite is definitely the card I'll play. It's a decent card because we're likely to be attacking with 3 creatures at one point. And even if you're not drawing that card, doesn't really matter unless you have a really good one under it. There's a Chroma, but there's also the rest. Animate that, and a Godless Shrine. I'm gonna go for the Godless Shrine over playables just because I want the extra fix early. I know this seems weird, but really? Oh, I have 23 cards here now. Yeah, let's go with the Godless Shrine. This has Go for the Throat Sealing, that definitely slamming that one. So we're 1 card too many, probably 7 Lions out. Because it's white bordered. It looks ugly in between all the other cards. If that would be the reason people would find me weird. I think they already do. Doesn't matter. I don't care. So Stoneforge gets Skull Clamp, which isn't the absolute nuts, but it's still a really good equipment, and it's worth running the Stoneforge for. Iona Wheels. I guess I'll pick it up and play it against monocolor decks, but so Flagstone's did wheel, as expected. It's not really that relevant in this format, I think. Honor of the Pure is actually a card I might even play. Maloko is the more annoying card against me. Like Firecat or something are obviously good cards, but as I said before, I don't think the people to my left are actually in red, so I'm gonna pass them a bunch of red cards. Because they passed the Firebolt and the Fallout. Like, the Fallout seems logical, but the Firebolt, that seems less likely. So we're splashing black. I guess we want to run like 3 swamps. And we have 5 black sources. Maybe not play the Reanimate. Because it doesn't matter if you draw the black early, except for the Short Fang. Because black late is just as good for us. Because Go for the Throat is still valuable late, Night's Whisper is still valuable late. these are late game cards, so there's only the short thing that we want to play early. And again, heavy on the trees. Seems really often. I'm always surprised that Flicker Wisp doesn't have flash. With such an ability, it seems so likely that it actually has flash. But it doesn't. Reanimate, yeah, I'm still not sure about it. I mean, it's good if you can kill an opponent's creature and then reanimate it, or just get your own creature back with some value. But I'm not sure which that one would be, because we can't discard our own cards. The good thing about Reanimator is that it says Reanimate is that it says any graveyard. So Cackler can be in, maybe. Maybe we even might. Maybe we might. Maybe we'll main deck the. What was it thinking about? The Attrition, Dismantling Blow, no. Seal of Cleansing, no. Honor of the Pure, probably not. End of Cruelty, double black, no. Savannah Lions, Cackler. Exalted Angel is a 3. It has Honor of the Pure. So, Gnarled Scarhide is gone. What does it actually do? It gives it +1 +2/+1 can block, so no, thank you. So the two cards normally out would be this and this. And then we'd have I'll count this as a creature. It's obviously better than a creature. So then we have these. I think the only card I want to cut here, that I would want to cut here, is Reanimate. But I think it's better than Attrition or Honor of the Pure. How many whites do we have? 1, 2, 3. That sounded wrong, by the way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But I'm not an aggro deck. Like if I would play Savannah Lions, then I would be. Then Attrition is obviously only good against heavy creature decks. Converted mana cost. Color, sorry. Yeah, I said how many whites do we have. If I would say that with how many blacks we have, people would call me racist. But yet people, when I say how many whites we have, because we do not have a history of any slavery amongst us, well, not such a insane history, I guess. We still had slavery amongst whites. Just not a derogative, but it's just not a. Can I even pronounce that word? Derogative. No, I can't. You people know what I mean. Just a term with a bad meaning. Man, my English is terrible at this point. So just, yeah, I think 3 swamps is sufficient for this. Only the Nizumi short thing, as I said, is something I would want. Although, and a single black usually does it, except for the Bloodgift Demon. I think this is good. Like we have the Solemn anyway, and for some odd reason, it gave me 1 plane less. What the hell? What was this? Why does it do that? Look at it. It says 12 lands. Right? So it only adds... It doesn't want me to run 17 lands? I didn't even know this calculated that. I thought it always filled it up, like it sees, hey, there's 13 cards short, let's add 13 land. No, they don't. That's bizarre. So in that case, I probably do want an extra swamp. We have 13 white sources, which is about 1 average on a hand. And we have 6 black sources. Yeah, okay. And I'll see you guys for round 1.